Lost confidence in your 40s? Does it sometimes feel like the version of you who used to feel capable, bold, and certain has slowly faded into the background? Maybe you used to walk into rooms with clarity. Maybe you made decisions quickly. Maybe you trusted your instincts. But somewhere along the way, after a job loss, a failed business, a difficult marriage, financial stress, or simply years of pressure, that self-belief started to weaken. And here's the hard part about losing confidence after 40. You don't just doubt your abilities. You start doubting your value. You tell yourself things like, I should be further by now. Or, at this age, I shouldn't be struggling. And that quiet self-criticism chips away at your belief little by little. But here's something important to understand. Confidence is not rebuilt through one massive achievement. It comes back through small wins, tiny victories, daily proof that you can still act, still improve, still move forward. In this video, we're going to talk about 7 small wins that rebuild self-belief quickly, not dramatic reinventions, not unrealistic goals, just practical actions that restore your internal strength step by step. Let's start with something simple but powerful. The first small win is completing one task you've been avoiding. There's always that one thing. The phone call you haven't made, the paperwork sitting on your desk, the email you keep postponing. Avoidance drains confidence because it quietly reinforces the idea that you can't handle something. When you finally complete it, even if it's uncomfortable, your brain registers a victory. A man in his late 40s once told me he had been avoiding updating his resume for months after losing his job. Every time he thought about it, he felt inadequate. One morning, he forced himself to sit down and finish it. It took less than 2 hours. But afterward, he felt a noticeable shift. He wasn't unemployed and helpless anymore. He was proactive. Avoidance feeds doubt. Action feeds belief. The second small win is improving your physical posture and appearance intentionally. This might sound superficial, but it's not. After 40, when confidence drops, it often shows physically. Shoulders slump. Eye contact decreases. Energy feels lower. Start small. Stand straighter. Dress neatly even if you're working from home. Groom yourself with intention. Go for a short walk daily. These actions send a signal to your brain. I respect myself. A woman rebuilding her life after divorce at 45 shared that she began dressing well again, even for simple errands. At first, it felt unnecessary, but she noticed people responded differently. More importantly, she felt different. Her posture changed. Her voice became firmer. That small physical shift created emotional momentum. Your body influences your mind more than you realize. The third small win is setting a daily micro goal and completing it consistently. After setback, large goals feel overwhelming. Start a new career. Fix my finances. Get in shape. Those goals are important, but they can crush your confidence if you focus only on the distance. Instead, shrink the target. Commit to reading 10 pages a day, or saving a small amount weekly, or exercising for 15 minutes. When you complete that micro goal, your brain collects evidence. I can follow through. One viewer who felt completely stuck at 50 began learning a new skill for just 20 minutes every night. After 3 months, he had measurable progress. But more importantly, he trusted himself again. Confidence grows from consistency, not intensity. And as these small wins begin to stack, completing avoided tasks, improving your physical presence, hitting micro goals, something subtle starts to happen. You don't feel like a different person overnight, but you feel slightly stronger than yesterday. And that slight strength opens a door to the next layer of rebuilding. Once you've created momentum with small actions, the fourth small win is reconnecting with someone who respects you. After 40, especially after failure, it's easy to withdraw. You may feel embarrassed. You may not want to explain your situation, but isolation magnifies insecurity. Reach out to one trusted friend, former colleague, or mentor, not to complain, just to reconnect. Have a simple conversation. Share honestly where you are. A man who lost his business at 47 admitted he avoided former associates for almost a year. When he finally met one old friend for coffee, he expected judgment. Instead, he received encouragement and even a few leads for consulting work. That single conversation reminded him he still had value. Sometimes we forget our strengths until someone else reflects them back to us. The fifth small win is organizing one part of your environment. When life feels chaotic, your surroundings often mirror that feeling. Papers pile up, closets become cluttered, emails go unanswered. Choose one small area, your desk, your car, your inbox, and bring order to it. This may seem unrelated to confidence, but it's deeply connected. When you organize something external, you experience control, and control rebuilds belief. A woman navigating career uncertainty at 44 decided to clean and reorganize her workspace. As she cleared physical clutter, she felt mental clarity return. That afternoon, she made decisions she had been postponing for weeks. External order often creates internal stability. The sixth small win is speaking up once when you would normally stay silent. Loss of confidence often shows up as silence. You don't share ideas. You hesitate to express opinions. You shrink yourself slightly in conversations. Challenge that gently. In your next meeting, contribute one idea. In a family discussion, state your view calmly. In a social setting, initiate one conversation. Each time you use your voice, you strengthen it. One viewer shared that after being laid off at 42, he felt invisible. During a community meeting, he forced himself to share a suggestion. It was well received. That small moment reminded him that his thoughts still mattered. Confidence grows when you participate, not when you withdraw. As you build these wins, reconnecting, organizing, speaking up, your inner dialogue slowly shifts. Instead of thinking, I'm not the same anymore, you start thinking, maybe I'm rebuilding, and that rebuilding becomes stronger with one final, powerful small win. The seventh small win that rebuilds self-belief quickly is helping someone else in a meaningful way. When confidence is low, we become inward-focused. We replay our failures. We analyze our weaknesses. But contribution shifts attention outward. Offer advice to someone younger. Help a neighbor with a task. Volunteer your time. Share your experience with someone struggling. A man who felt completely lost at 51 began mentoring young professionals in his industry. He assumed he had little to offer because of his recent failure. But as he shared lessons learned, he realized how much wisdom he had gained over the years. Helping others reminds you that you are still capable, still relevant, still valuable. When you step back and look at these 7 small wins together, you'll notice a pattern. None require massive success. None depend on external validation. They are small, controllable actions that rebuild trust with yourself. Completing avoided tasks proves you can act. Improving your posture and appearance reinforces self-respect. Micro goals build consistency. Reconnecting restores perspective. Organizing creates control. Speaking up strengthens your voice. Helping others renews your sense of worth. Confidence in your 40s doesn't disappear overnight, and it doesn't return overnight either. But it does respond quickly to consistent small victories. If you're watching this and feeling discouraged, I want you to choose just one of these small wins today. Not all 7. Just one. Let it be your first brick in rebuilding your foundation. I'd love to hear from you in the comments. Which small win will you start with? Or which one have you already tried that made a difference? Your experience could encourage someone else who feels stuck right now. If this message helped you see confidence differently, please like the video and subscribe to the channel. We're building a space for honest conversations about growth, resilience, and rebuilding self-belief after 40. Remember, confidence is not reserved for the young. It belongs to those who keep showing up, even after setbacks. Your story is not over. And with small wins, your belief in yourself can come back stronger than ever.